Hello, my name is Sydney, Sidders _do, and welcome back to the Kent Coast Walk. We are by the beach at the western undercliff beach of Ramsgate. It is sandy and with water. Today we will be starting off, obviously, where we are right now in Ramsgate, continuing along the shoreline to the last suburb of Ramsgate, which is called Pegwell. After that, we'll be entering the Pegwell Country Park, and then the rest of the walk will be heading up the River Stour, inland towards the historic town of Sandwich. I have got my Canterbury and Isle of Thanet, Herne Bay, Deal and Whitstable map right here. Right, I think that's everything I have to say. It's certainly quite different compared to last time when we were last here in August, and the beach had lots of people enjoying the weather and the sand and the sun. It is now October, quite a big gap, and it's just windy and cold and not so summery. We have made it as far as we can walk along the seawall as the cliffs come down and the seawall comes to an end, and you end up having to go down onto the rocks and the puddles and the water. And we're going to take this turning up here on top of the cliffs, which will lead us into the suburb of Pegwell. You can see the entire stretch of Pegwell Bay behind me. It is a massive, massive bay, technically an estuary of the River Stour. And by looking along the shoreline, you can see, obviously, you can see places like Cliff's End, as far as Sandwich, and even further to the towns of Deal and the White Cliffs of Dover. On a clear day, you can even see France if you are standing on top of the cliffs. Ooh, look at this. Oh, was that a cyclist? We made it to the top of that beautiful path up from the beach. And if I do a little turn around here, there's some really good views over Pegwell Bay and the sea. And on the right is where we have to head next, into the Community Memorial Park, or Garden. Apparently that's the name of it according to Google. I'm not a fan of mushrooms whatsoever, but that is a very beautiful work of art. Looks like there's something down here. Ooh. Hedgehog Highway. Please keep this hole open. That is such a cute idea. They've just dug a little hole underneath the concrete so that hedgehogs can get into the park. We're leaving this garden through the path at the back, through this little alleyway that takes you out onto the road. And we take a left turn. England Coast Path, National Trail. As of filming this video, they're opening one section at a time in Kent of the England Coast Path, which will surround the entire country of England. I think that's a brilliant, brilliant idea. And the section from, I think it's Ramsgate to Dover, something like that, that has been opened. So that's why they've got the England Coast Path sign there. The Bellevue. Pegwell Bay pub. Apparently, It is the balcony of Kent. I wonder why that is. I think I figured it out. Look down here, there's like a balcony and all these eating areas and beach huts are so cute with views of Pegwell Bay. And I can't miss a shot of the Pegwell Bay Hotel. Very interesting building with a tower. I was trying to think of what Pegwell, the suburb, reminded me of, and I figured it out. It feels like a historic village, or as if it was its own place before Ramsgate expanded and absorbed this settlement. You've got all these historic buildings made out of various interesting materials. You can just tell that they're old and historic. I think that's what's happened. Ramsgate's expanded and Pegwell's become a part of it. Opposite that phone box there, we are taking a left turn down the footpath here. And with that, we pretty much mark the end of Ramsgate. You can see the horses have come out, and we are entering the countryside. We're at the end of the cliffs on Pegwell Bay. We came out of this path behind me and we're turning left again along this concrete road, tarmac road. I can't get through. There we go, you have to go, you have to go through the hole. Wow, those cliffs are beautiful. We are down by the shoreline of Pegwell Bay, and I simply love the colours that marshes turn in autumn, that gorgeous orangey brown sort of colour. I know it's a sign of the plants dying and winter coming, but it's beautiful to look at. And the atmosphere down here, it's... Now you may be wondering, why the hecky pecky is there this gigantic concrete slab placed right on the shore of the beautiful Pegwell Bay? Well, basically, a few decades ago, this used to be the hovercraft place, where they had hovercraft ferries that would take you across to France and Belgium, maybe? But that's what this is, basically. That's why it's here. You can actually see all the car park spaces still, with the lines and whatnot. We're about to head off to have a look at the Viking ship. I don't know if you can see that bridge over there. All the concrete. Lots of concrete. Tons of concrete. Everywhere. And there's the bridge where Emma and my mum are heading. And you can actually see the Viking ship as well. Did you say it's blocked off, Mum? Where do you go? Oh, up there? There's some steps, are there? Wow! There we go, there's some steps. Up from the steps, who's ready to see the one, the only, The Viking ship. It's all covered up. I'm gonna take a wild guess. I think we're here at the wrong time of year. It's covered up for winter to protect it from the elements. But being serious though, it's quite a spectacular boat. The Hugin Viking ship, or Hugin, I'm not too sure. Anyway, there it is. And here's a bunch of information that you might want to read. Or you might not, but you can pause the video, either way. Oh, that's French, if you want to read it. Voila! Oh, a map of Kent and France. And we have arrived in the village of Cliff's End. Just had our lunch. In the UK, Pegwell Bay is well known as the traditional landing site of the Vikings where they first arrived in the country. That's why the Viking ship's here. Interesting facts. Setting off again. I just wanted to mention this beacon right here, and there's quite a lot of them along the Kent coast. They used to be used as signals. They'd light one, and then somewhere in the distance there'd be another one which would get lit, and it would follow the coast all the way around to probably London. Wildlife at Pegwell Bay. And we've got some recently sighted seal. A seal was recent. Oh my gosh! Yeah, of course they have the seal colony here, don't they? Also swallow, house martin, shelduck. All of these beautiful creatures. I don't know the likelihood that we'll be able to see the seal colony, but even if we got the slightest glimpse, I'd be over the moon. It's quite a sizable colony, if I'm not mistaken. For anybody interested in visiting this country park, they have a car park with a little playground and a cafe. We're leaving the open waters of Pegwell Bay as we start to head upstream along the River Stour. We're entering the last section of the Pegwell Bay Country Park that you can access, and if we turn left, this is the entrance to it. Something significant about this section though is there's wildlife, like full-blown wild animals, like horses and Highland cattle. I wonder if we'll encounter any. This section is specifically called the Stone Lees Nature Reserve. Oh, Mum and Amma are eager to meet these Highland cattle. My mum's just spotted there's a whole herd of horsies. Well, that's more intimidating than I thought. I wonder if we're going to be able to get past. Are we gonna go past?
There's no lights go past. Is there another way round?
Oh. Okay. So stay away from the back of it. I am in shock and amazement, and that just felt so magical to be surrounded by horses. Oh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Why is it doing that? Why is it like nose breathing at me? As I was saying, it was so magical and wonderful to see a whole herd of horses just calmly eating their food and not having a care in the world, surrounded by us. Every time I start filming, something comes to scare me. This time there's a mushroom. Look how horrifying that mushroom is. Emma pointed it out to me. What?
Hello.
What did you think of the horses?
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. So fit and just like life should be. Eating, sleeping, having a good time.
It's been quite a long time since we've had a situation like this where a section is inaccessible, and not just for wildlife reasons, which I understand. This reason is for commercial reasons. The England Coast Path is supposed to continue along through there somewhere and along the river a bit further before it joins the road. But instead, you have to follow an alternative route where my mum and Amma are going straight to the road. There's a sign right here explaining why. The England Coast Path is closed to prevent disturbances to commercial activities. Please use the alternative route. And as you can see, the blue line is where it's supposed to go, and then follow this dotted blue line, this faded blue line, down to the bridge here. But instead, you're forced to go inland to the road and down. I think this is such a shame. I've looked at this section before on the map, and it doesn't seem to disturb commercial activities that much, really. It just follows the shoreline. All the industry is like here. And if there is places where they need access to the river, they could have a system where the path is closed while they're using that access to the river, and then open the path again, like for like half an hour, 20 minutes, however long they need, and the rest of the time have the path open. I don't get why they have to do this. Bye bye, nature reserve. We are now by the main road between Thanet and Sandwich, which we'll be following for the rest of the way to the beautiful historic town of Sandwich, which I'm very much looking forward to seeing. But first things first, we are so super close to crossing the border between Thanet District and Dover District. Let's see where this is. Any second now, really. Well, we are here at the border between Thanet District and Dover District. Thanet has been absolutely lovely. Just the most beautiful sandy beaches, right on the sea, the open ocean, or sea. And yeah, I've thoroughly enjoyed the 4.5-ish walks that we have had in this district. Okay, if I sort of like spin around a little bit. Do you see this metal pole right here? That's not the border. The border is this one here. You see that? I don't know, the sun might be in the way, hopefully. Yeah? Cool. I guess I'll cross over that. Awesome! Dover districts. So that pole right there, Mum and Anna, yay! Welcome to Dover districts. Just a couple more contexts onto how I've calculated that this pole is the border between the two districts. First of all, you've got on the other side of the road the Ebbsfleet Village sign. And that is opposite. Second of all, there in this bush behind me, there is a fence, and I know for a fact that that fence is the border. So I just sort of calculated to my mind where that fence went across this path, and voila, we're done. Who's ready to see the first landmark of Dover District, the first iconic site that this district has to offer you when leaving Thanet? It's not that roundabout there. That roundabout's still in Thanet district. The border's like here. Are you ready? Let's have a look. Who can guess what the punchline is? It's blurry subway. Subway. Sun, stop being sunny. Well, do be sunny, but sorry, no offense, sun. I like the sun. But it's Subway. Yeah. There we have it. Subway. So anybody who comes here will know that that subway is the first subway in Dover district. And there's also a golf and a Premier. I think it's time for a music montage as we traverse the horribly loud road. We made it to Sandwich. Not gonna lie, that road, pavement, long, forever, it wasn't fun. The first half of this was lovely. I just want the horses back. The horses were so magical, but we got stuck with cars and lorries and... How did you find the road?
Exhausting, noisy. With the fumes. I want to go back to the horses.
But anyway, we're at Sandwich. We're gonna get a super cool, mega awesome look at all the history, the buildings. I can't wait. I keep saying that, but my mum's looking like she doesn't want to look at all the historical buildings, but we're going to. Okay, let's get going. And here we are, the beautiful historic town of Sandwich. And I wasn't lying, it is lovely. Look at all these buildings. And there's even a cute little snack shack down there. Let's make our way across the bridge. And look at the River Stour. This is very much indeed the first crossing across the River Stour, and thus the first place where you can get across to continue the coast walk. That's why the England Coast Path comes all the way in here and then back out again, and that's why we have done for the Kent Coast Walk. Look at this building behind me. This is really cool. I know that's one of the iconic buildings of Sandwich with the road tunnel going underneath. You got some like pubs and stuff and places where people can eat all along here. Down by the water on the River Stour, they have boat trips that take you out to see the seal colony. That's quite a tempting offer. I might do that one day, because I'd love to see that. There you go, there's a seal!
So when you start your next walk, is it from here?
That is correct, Emma. We shall be picking back off next time here, next to this boat and the River Stour in Sandwich. That walk will be from Sandwich to Deal. That shall be a good one. We've got lots of sandy beaches, so look forward to that. And maybe a sneak peek at the seals if we're lucky. But don't go just yet. We're going to have a look at all the buildings in Sandwich, or some of the buildings. I'll get some shots of that for you, and you can enjoy that as we fade into the outro. Thank you very much for watching, everybody, and don't forget to believe in the rainbows. Bye.